Welcome to Static Balance Practice Week 5 Fashion Edition. As you can see, I've used some clever editing here so that you don't get to see my undies. You've got to pay extra for that. Anyway, so in this wonderfully inappropriate outfit, join me again for Week 4 of me trying to be able to static balance on the trials bike. As you can see, we're not exactly moving on in leaps and bounds, but as you can probably also tell from the inappropriate footwear, not to mention the dress, we are practicing regularly at every opportunity that arises. This particular afternoon was after a day of soaking in the hot springs, which I highly recommend, but which I probably can't recommend for enhancing your balance. Sure, you come out of the hot water feeling super relaxed, but you also sort of feel high as a kite. Who knows what the hell is in that water? Now, certain viewers may be excited to see that this week we have done something radical. We have gone to landscape mode instead of portrait mode, which I know was driving people on YouTube absolutely nuts. Unfortunately, my lazy filmmaking equipment, which consists of me propping my phone against a rock, does not allow for the very best of angles here. So you're going to have to use your imagination just for a minute as to what's going on at the foot level. But in this respect, I'm actually doing you a favor because using your imagination is supposed to be prophylactic against things like dementia. So really, I'm just looking after your mental health. Last Sunday, we went riding trials, which was an absolute blast. And yes, of course, going forwards with an actual engine running is much, much easier than trying to do this all in one place. We've also resumed keeping the trials bike on the proper paddock stand, which is better for the rear shock. And it's also better for my muscles because, as you can see, I really don't have any of them. And now I have to lift the damn thing up onto its stand when I'm finished. So there you go, involuntary exercise regime enhanced. Now, I'm sorry to disappoint the fashionistas out there. I know there's a lot of you, but we are back to the Iron Maiden t-shirt again. Don't cry too many bitter tears because the dress from the last scene is a lovely vintage piece and you can buy it from me for heaps of money, so please feel free to send heaps of money my way. But for now, Iron Maiden t-shirt, another day, another outfit, and more appropriate footwear. As you can see, back to the safety jandals. One of the reasons why I seem to be making zero progress now, which may or may not be the main reason, is that we've increased the tyre pressure on the bike at the moment. As I said, we went riding on the weekend, so we pumped up the tyres a little bit more. So this is making my life just a little bit more tricky as I try to get my balance. On the weekend, I was lucky enough to be out with some extremely talented senior trials riders. Of course, they made everything look easy and couldn't really understand why I was so much in Struggle Town. However, that's fine because I get to learn so much from them, even just watching them set up each move. So in order to get into the ideal position to take on the next obstacle, they're not going to be putting their foot down, they're going to be keeping their balance and then actually hopping the bike, sometimes backwards, sometimes sideways, to get in that ideal position to take on that obstacle. The beautiful thing of this is that it reminds me of why I am out here every morning, every night, in my jandals, trying to balance on a bike that's not even going anywhere. Relevance is key. Progress may plateau, but relevance is key.